Next up, we got Dalcha Lungiambula and Cody Brundage. And, I really think this one's a tough one to call. You got Lungiambula, who's got incredible world-class judo, heavy hands, just, a specimen to even just look at. And then you got Cody Brundage, who, national level wrestling type of fighter, but, he seems to use it more defensively and likes to be exciting. So, it's one of those things where you really have to look for those nitty gritty things, whose cardio can hold up. I feel like Dalcha has shown a little bit more of an issue there, especially with that heavyweight to light heavyweight cut. Whereas with Cody, you have that, Nick Maximoff fight to go off of. He went 4 for 15 on takedowns. Cody looked good in the third round. He really was, doing his best to avoid Nick's game plan. And with Nick, I think his ability to shoot in is just so good and well timed. So for me, I don't think Dalcha is going to have that type of success. And, you look at the striking, arsenal of Dalcha. It's a lot of top stuff. He's not really going to the body. And if I'm Cody, take that into account, especially with your game plan. You got the wrestling behind you. Of course, you got to watch out for that judo style takedowns going the other way, especially with Dalcha on top. Very powerful guy. But I like the idea of Cody attacking the body a lot more, looking for some ins to get that takedown, because you really want to put Dalcha, especially early on, in those areas where he's got to work for his positions. Don't let him just stand there and bang. It seems to be, his game plan with Marc Andre. Not only did he need the knockout in the third round, but he really was just firing to the head as much as possible. And for me, it's like, if you are up in any way, you might want to work in some takedowns. And I think Dalcha has shown success in that in other fights in the UFC, especially where he's won the fight. So, incorporating both of those kind of works well for both fighters here. So it's like you got the NCAA wrestling versus the national level judo in Africa kind of going head to head here with two guys who do seem to like to strike. I'm giving Dalcha the huge power advantage and the experience, which means he's probably a big favorite. I'm going to say something around a -170 in favor of Dalcha, but I think that Cody's game and his ability to last is what makes him such a live dog, especially when you say live dog, over the course of a fight, live betting, that kind of thing. But even as a pick'em, I just think where he seems to be good defensively, he might be able to deal with Dalcha. And in my opinion, when a guy is so heavily influenced by just going to the head so much, a guy like Cody, who might be able to use some movement, level changing to fake things out a bit, use some body work to slow him down, it's just, he can turn this into a grinding fight. The only thing is, does he want to? Seems like a guy who really wants to nail a knockout. So for me, I'm going with Dalcha as a -170. I just think he has the package there to pull it off. But, I am leaning the dog here. I'm not going to lie. So let's take a look. All right, so Dalcha comes up -200, but now he's as low as a -225 in most places, with Cody +160. Now getting close to a pick'em, guys. +110, -105 in some places. That makes him a pick'em. So, we're right there. And I think Cody might be able to pull something off here, especially after that tune-up fight with Nick Maximoff as a UFC fighter. So I'm excited for that one. I think it's going to really showcase all that different type of skill that we love in an MMA fight.